All right, good afternoon. My name is Sakasegawa. I want to first off start by asking how many of you have been or have prepared for a job interview before? Oh, so pretty much none of it. Okay. Well, sometime through college or even after college, you will be having the opportunities to have a job interview, and today I'm going to be presenting on how to prepare for that job interview. Okay. So first I'm going to be talking about the purpose behind the interview, how to research for the interview, and what to do on the actual interview day. So what is the purpose of a job interview? In Sakasegawa's article written in 2014 named Specifics of Job Interview for Sport, he writes that an interview is the basis of the activities of every organization for recruitment and development of its employees. Pretty much for a job interview, the employer is looking for who is the most qualified and what what you have to bring to that job. Another important thing to remember is you're basically selling yourself to that employer. You're telling them how you most qualify for the job and how you stick out compared to all the other people that you're interviewing. An important thing to remember in an interview is to be confident and to practice your elevator pitch. In Barbato's 2014 article on delivering an elevator pitch, he discusses how effective networking starts with a great elevator pitch and results in business. What an elevator pitch is, it's 30 seconds pretty much of you giving your introduction of who you are, why you're qualified for this job, and why you stick out and why it is beneficial for them to hire you. The second thing that you need to know to prepare for an interview is research. Being knowledgeable of what requirements they are asking for and what skills they are looking for is very important. In Iranian's article on making a success of a job interview, he writes that you should use the limited amount of time you have to learn about the employer's needs and discuss the ways you meet those needs. In that same article, he also discusses that it is to your advantage to not only carefully research the job, but also the organization as well. So knowing the history behind the organization is very important because it makes you look smarter and it makes you look better when you're going throughout the interview and you know the history behind some key events that happened to their organization. Not knowing exactly everything that has happened to their company, but knowing key highlights and key events. Lastly, on the big day, wearing the appropriate clothing and being on time to the interview is very important. In Torres' 2015 article on how to have a job interview, here's how to dress to impress, he discusses that a golden rule of the workplace interviews is to always dress one level up from the position you are applying for. And another thing that is very important is make sure that everything fits. If you can see in the middle picture, there is different ways that people have worn their business attire. Making sure that everything fits just shows that you are more caring about what you're wearing and you put more effort into things. Having a suit that's either too small or too big can also make you look like you don't put enough effort or consideration into what you're wearing. And when you walk through that door, the first thing they're going to be looking at is what you're wearing and how you present yourself. Another thing is punctuality. Being on time for the interview makes you look like you give more effort into things and that you're willing to be on time to things that in the future. In Williams' article called 3 Unexpected Tips for Winning a Job Interview, he discusses that on the actual interview day, plan to arrive at least 30 minutes ahead of time so that you can relax and focus your thoughts. 30 minutes is a lot of time to prepare and be on time, but just making sure that you're at least 15 minutes or early to your interview so that it can kind of give you a time to relax and prepare yourself for that job interview. And it makes you look better, again, when you show up early, and it makes you look like you care more about the interview. So in conclusion, I've talked to you about how to prepare for a job interview. I've discussed the purpose of the interview, research for the interview, and what to do the day of the interview. My final thought that I'm going to leave you with today is don't be afraid of the word no. If you don't get the job, keep trying and evaluate different ways in order for you to better yourself and better prepare yourself for the next job interview. Is there any questions?